These are the hottest designer bags of 2023. These are bags that are either trending, gaining in popularity, or that I predict will be having a moment this year. Links will be below or in the shopping prompt on the screen. Jumping right into it with the Ferragamo Wonder Bag. I've been talking about the new dawn of Ferragamo, right, since Maximilian Davis took over, and I'm so excited about this new era. And with that comes the Wonder Bag. This is not a new style, this is a reissued old style. But they've made a few tweaks here and there. It's super like clean and minimalist, but still in an interesting way. There is a mini, a small, a longish sort of version, and a large. And the leather that's on it, I think it's a glazed calfskin. It almost feels like ever so slightly puffy when you touch it. The quality, 10 out of 10. 0 notes. Fantastic. It does also come with a crossbody strap, so you don't just have to be hand holding it all the time. And the sort of lock system in it is that it's got these little sort of Ferragamo logos that you switch in, slide out, open the back, and then to lock. These come in a few colours at the moment. There's black, there's a beautiful ombre sunset colour, which is just makes my soul do a little dance. They also do black crystals, red crystals. This is just a really, really great bag. It's extremely easy to style. It's not too statementy. I would say, depends which variation you go for, right? But let's say you go for like a black or something like that. It's not too statementy that it's going to take away from the outfit. She's a side dish, she's not a main course. Do you understand, right? But not in a bad way, okay? Everybody needs side dish bags and everybody needs main course bags. They each have their time. But the other thing about the Wonder Bag is this is going to be like a consistent icon of Maximilian Davis's Ferragamo. So we're seeing this for pre-fall, we're seeing it for autumn-winter 2023. So this isn't a one-trick pony. Also, this bag style isn't overly trendy or something like that. So it makes sense that this is going to be something that is going to stand the test of time compared to some other sort of trendier bag styles. As Ferragamo is being looked at a bit more and people really have their eyes on it, with that comes the bags, and I think that a lot of people are really paying attention to the brand, and that is why the Wanda has to be on this list. Guys, if you're new here, my name is Cassie and I'm a self-diagnosed luxury addict. I put out videos on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so if you like luxury fashion, then you're gonna love it here. So head down there, subscribe, turn on the bell, become a member of our luxury addicted family. When are we going to rehab? Never. The Saint Laurent ES travel bag. Okay, so last year we saw the Saint Laurent Icare bag take off. It was the poster child for big bag energy, BBE. We were loving her. People, you know, throwing over the shoulder, very casual chic, all of that effortless elegance. They have now come out with the ES travel bag, and this is going to be the new Icare, I'm calling it. We're already seeing it on a handful of celebrities: Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, KIKKA, Olivia Wilde. This bag is huge though, please keep that in mind. Like, this is huge, okay? It's like a semi-duffel bag situation. I do see people still wearing this on a day-to-day basis because of the fact that we're leaning into big bag energy, but keep that in mind with how heavy you can therefore make this bag. It almost is this shape. Cassie, you can't just demonstrate with your hands and pretend that people know what you're talking about. It's almost like a Louis Vuitton Alma shaped bag, but it's soft, so the top of it can fold down, turning it into a very different look. You've got the YSL embossed stitching on the front and the quilting all over. I thought that this only came in gold hardware, but the one that Olivia Wilde seems to be carrying seems to be in silver. Jury's out, unclear. It also does have a thick leather guitar strap so that you can have it on your shoulder or crossbody or whatever. If again you are sort of using this for more travel purposes, you're gonna need that. Like I said, this is very sort of like carefree, effortless nonchalance chic. Like, oh my gosh, this, like, I just grabbed it because it was like the first thing I could see, you know, when you're absolutely killing it on the streets. So this bag is very much that, and I can only see it growing in popularity. The Bottega Veneta Sardine bag. I know. So this came out last year. This is not a new bag, but this year what they have done is released it in a mini size in case you liked the sardines but you're still here for a little bit of TBE. TBE is alive and well, by the way, tiny bag energy. But there are some differences between the mini and the sort of regular size of this bag. The mini has a crossbody strap that the regular size doesn't have. However, the strap is not detachable. So you are now married to this strap. If you want to, you know, do a little top handle, you're gonna have to wrap her around the wrist or have her hanging or whatever. So just know that. I think they should have made it detachable, but once again, I'm not on the design teams. I've mentioned this before, I think the bag leans into that sort of novelty aspect with this sort of abstract sardine as a handle, but in a way that is a lot more palatable and doesn't feel as committal to some of the very sort of cartoonish designs that we've been seeing on the runway from other brands. So you've got this sort of very trendy aspect with the handle, with the rest of the bag being very sort of classic Bottega. Moving into something very trendy, the Prada Moon bag. She is very Y2K, very 2000s, with her big buckled self slinging over the top of the bag there, this little Prada triangle. This comes in a nylon with leather sort of details or full puffed Napa leather. Prada is doing a lot of this sort of leather puff, each to their own. This comes in 7 colours and all of the hardware is silver hardware. So again, if you prefer silver hardware, it's not as common as gold hardware, I think, across sort of luxury bags. It does also have an adjustable, detachable strap. That's good to know, but this bag is definitely like gaining popularity. Okay, I've shoved 2 in one here. So this is the Miu Miu top handle bag or the Prada crumpled leather top handle. Both of those are very vague descriptors for this bag, but here we are. I'm bundling these two because they are extremely similar bags. It just depends on, are you a Miu Miu girl or a Prada girl, and the price that is associated with those things. It is a little rectangular bag. East-west rectangle bags are very much having a moment and are a very sort of on-trend. Starting last year, definitely full force this year. And it's got these little top handles and a detachable strap. I can only find the Matelassé Miu Miu one on the US website. On the UK website, it does also have the smooth leather. And Prada basically has a crumpled leather version. The Prada version is quite significantly more expensive than the Miu Miu. But when it comes to Miu Miu, a lot of people sort of think, and yes, it is going to be a hot bag this year, this sort of pocket utility shoulder bag, but I think this style particularly is going to catch on because it's a bit more practical, a little bit more wearable, a little bit more versatile in the ways that you can wear it. I'm seeing it on the autumn winter catwalk as well, so I'm like, again, it's a style that they're trying to, you know, carry on through the seasons. I'm putting 2 and 2 together and I'm making 4. This is the first bag released under Casey Cadwaller for Mugler. This is the Mugler Spiral Curve bag. And if you'd have said to me, like, Mugler is coming out with a bag, I would have been like, oh, I'm worried. I really am. And I don't know why. That's just because I've not really seen a track record of Mugler bags. But I think that they actually did really well with this. I think it's interesting, I think it's different. I think that it takes this very sort of new Mugler aspect of the spiral and weaves it into a bag really well. And again, a way that sort of isn't that predictable. This bag sort of comes in a few different variations. There are 2 main variations of this bag and then there are styles within. Stay with me. So the first one is the crossbody sort of shoulder bag version, okay? So it does not have a top handle, it just has a longer strap. This is the cheaper version of this bag. You can have it in smooth leather, in the embossed spiral leather. Then you have the one with the metal top handle. This reminds me ever so slightly of something like the Bottega Sardine bag. I like this sort of sculptural aspect. I think it really adds a lot to the bag. Comes with a higher price point. Again, comes in smooth, comes in the embossed spiral stitching. You can get this in crystals, you can get this with like a half denim situation. Again, black, pink, white, silver. I think that's all of them. I just think they did a really, really good job with this one. The LOEWE Paseo. Another hot brand this year, LOEWE. They have come out with this bag, which is sort of very hard to describe, all right? I don't know how to describe. It's long, it's sort of pinchy. 10 out of 10 for the description there, Cassie. Comes in a few colours, comes in 3 sizes, I believe. Was first seen on the catwalk for Spring Summer 2023, so this has just come out. The more I see this, the more I'm like, okay, I get it. At first I was like, not really a fan, great bag, good for you, not really my thing. And whilst again, I don't think this is a bag that I'm going to run out and buy, it's not really my style, I do like it more and more, and I do sort of kind of like how a little bit odd it is. This is not a very sort of classic bag style, in my opinion. There is a variation of this that has a chain top handle. There also is a detachable crossbody strap so that you can wear her across. Again, it's just a little bit out of the box that I enjoy. Speaking of long bags, the Dior De Joy. All right, I am including this because, again, came out in 2022, to not that much fanfare, I wouldn't say. I mean, I think it's done pretty well, but it's not been as popular until this year, or towards the end of last year. They dropped 2 smaller sizes. So this is the medium size, this is the largest size that you can currently get it in. The small, I would say, is about this big, right? And then the mini, you're looking at about that. But I still believe even with the mini, you can fit an iPhone in. I think that the smaller sizes have maybe captured people a bit. It doesn't look as long as this one, and I think that's a little bit off-putting to some people. But the other really great thing about this bag, aside from the fact that it does come with a leather crossbody strap, is the chain shoulder strap. Again, that is consistent with all of the sizes, and I think that it just adds an extra level of versatility. It's also one of those bags that's deceptively roomy. Even in the smaller sizes, you're going to be able to fit more in there than you thought you could in small bags. They've just dropped these in a load of different colours and variations and beaded ones and all of that. So yeah, I only see the De Joy growing more and more in popularity. Jump on the train before more price increases come out. And it's just a very easy to style bag. Honorary mention here has to go to the Louis Vuitton Nano Valentine's Speedy, which is the most delicious little nano Speedy that they've released possibly ever. She's in a patent mochi pink, even calling it a mochi pink, with a heart little dangly charm. Like, just details amazing, loved it. Fall to my knees, foam at the mouth, right? However, yes, it's sold out, but why am I including it? Listen, some of these personal shoppers can work wonders, so, you know, in case you really, really love it, then obviously I had to include. Jumping on from that little heart charm aspect, the Chanel heart bags. Hold on a second. We know in 2022, oh my gosh, this was the bag, everybody wanted the Chanel heart bag, blah, 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 loved it, very cute, all of that. They are doing similar, but not quite. This lives in the small leather goods section under clutch with chain, and the new collection drops this week. They are patent and there's 2 of them. And I think what really works with this is the fact that the small one you can move up the chain, right? It's on like a little lobster claw. So you can have sort of mummy and baby hanging together. You can have mummy hanging, baby a little bit higher up, whatever. I like that little sort of customization-ish sort of aspect that comes along with it in white and black. Downside of this, I will say, is they do look a bit flat. So hence more of a clutch with chain, less of a bag, you know? So keep that in mind. By the way, this video was not meant to be like, oh my gosh, I have 2 of the hottest bags of this year, okay? This is not like that. But the Saint Laurent Happy Meal box. Once again, we talk about novelty, the cartoonification of fashion, and this is very much a part of that trend. It's interesting, it's a conversation starter. She gets the people going. She is a fiddle to weasel yourself into and out to, and inside it is just, it's just a cave, really, you know, just no organisation. Tiny little thing there that you can hardly get anything into. But she's more for the vibes, if you understand. So this does also come in black, but there is a similar bag that's in the men's section that looks like, you know, one of those like paper lunch bags, except the fact that it's leather and all debossed. I will be putting that here for you to show you in case you want something a little bit different. That also does have magnetic closure. And that one also comes in a tan. My last suggestion is a bit of a rogue one, but this is by 16 Arlington, and I chose them because 16 Arlington has been around for a while, but it's really sort of gained popularity towards the end of last year. And I thought, well, if things keep going as they have been, the bags are sure soon to follow. So their bag range is called like the KIKKA, and there's one particular style which looks very sort of Miu Miu-esque in the fact that it's a shoulder bag with pockets. But the little pocket flaps look a bit vampire-ish. Do you see fangs? Is it just me? A little bit of Mona the Vampire, in a cute way, in a chic way, in a little bit of an edgy way. These come in lots of different variations. They do one which has crystals, which I think looks great. Really interesting, especially if you want something that's not from like such a well-known designer. I think these are definitely worth looking at. Let me know which one was your favourite. I'm going to leave a link to another video over here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are. And in the words of my father,
if you've enjoyed it, tell your friends. If you haven't, keep your mouth shut.
I'll see you in my next one. Mwah. Bye guys.